Copenhagen is the capital and most populous city of Denmark. The city has a population of 775,033, of whom 613,288 live in the Municipality of Copenhagen, while the Copenhagen urban area has a population of 1,308,893. The city is situated on the eastern coast of the island of Zealand. Another small portion of the city is located on Amager, and is separated from Malmö, Sweden, by the Strait of Øresund. The Øresund Bridge connects the two cities by rail and road. Since the turn of the 21st century, Copenhagen has seen strong urban and cultural development, facilitated by investment in its institutions and infrastructure. The city is the cultural, economic and governmental center of Denmark. It is one of the major financial centers of Northern Europe with the Copenhagen Stock Exchange. Tourism is a major contributor to Copenhagen's economy, attracting visitors due to the city's harbor, cultural attractions and award-winning restaurants. Since 2009, Copenhagen has been one of the fastest-growing metropolitan destinations in Europe. Hotel capacity in the city is growing significantly. From 2009 to 2013, it experienced a 42% growth in international bed nights, tallying a rise of nearly 70% for Chinese visitors. The total number of bed nights in the capital region surpassed 9 million in 2013, while international bed nights reached 5 million. In 2010, it is estimated that city break tourism contributed to 2 billion Danish krones in turnover. Copenhagen, due to being flat and built around waterways, is a very walkable city, and most points of interest are within easy reach of City Hall Square and Central Station, where the tourist office is situated. It's also a great city for cyclists, and its reasonably priced bicyclen rented bike scheme is a good way to get around. Visitors will be most interested in the historic central area, autonomous hippie neighborhood Christiania and hipster hub, Vesterbro. The public transportation in Copenhagen is very reliable, punctual, and it takes you everywhere. In Copenhagen, the trains, metro and buses, including water buses, can be accessed with the same ticket. All you need to know is how many zones you will pass on your journey. Note the metro will take you from the airport to central Copenhagen in only 20 minutes. The Copenhagen card, which can be purchased online or at the airport, gives unlimited use of public transport and free entrance to 72 museums and attractions for 24 or 48 hours. Denmark has the least extreme climate of the Scandinavian countries, and in order to enjoy the great outdoors of Copenhagen, the best time to visit is from June to August. The best of Copenhagen's events, such as the Copenhagen Jazz Festival, which takes place during this time. If you want to see the best of the city's autumn foliage, the best time to visit is between late October and early November. Meanwhile, the most affordable time to visit Copenhagen is during the fall months of September through November. Now, let's check out some places you should visit. Stroget is Copenhagen's aorta and one of Europe's longest pedestrian streets, with a wealth of shops, from budget-friendly chains to some of the world's most expensive brands. At some point during your stay in the city, you will without a doubt end up here. If shopping doesn't interest you, there's plenty to see and do, including grabbing a traditional Danish dinner, watching the Royal Guard march to Rosenborg Castle, and seeing one of the many street performers that have become famous in the area. If you're looking for tourist attractions in the area, you can check out the Church of Our Lady, Stork Fountain, City Hall Square, City Hall Tower, the Royal Danish Theatre, or stop in at art galleries and museums. An interesting fact about this street is that in 1967 Copenhagen celebrated the city's 800-year jubilee, and used the Stroget to create the world's longest coffee table, by serving more than 800,000 cups of coffee. The City Hall Square is a public square in the center of Copenhagen, located in front of the Copenhagen City Hall. Its large size, its central location, and its affiliation with the City Hall, make it a popular venue for a variety of events, celebrations, and it is often used as a central point for measuring distances from Copenhagen. Constructed in the National Romantic style, its inspiration was drawn from medieval Danish and Norwegian architecture with a touch of the palazzo style of northern Italy. The facade and interior are trimmed with historic details from Nordic mythology. In the future, Copenhagen will include the under-construction metro station, loads of new trees and better conditions for cyclists and pedestrians, with the intention to enrich the beauty and charm that this square possesses. Situated between the city and the harbour, Amalienborg is a major work of Danish architecture designed by the architect Nikolai Eigtved in the 1750s. 4 palaces surround Amalienborg Palace Square, with its equestrian statue of King Frederick V. Amalienborg Palace is a must for anyone with a taste for royal history and the life of Denmark's royal family who still resides inside the palace. Experience royal history at the museum and sense the presence of one of the world's oldest monarchies from the beautiful palace square where you can watch the changing of the guards. Generally, the royal palace is not open for the public, but fortunately, in June, July and August there is a daily entry to the royal representation rooms, the gala hall, and other staterooms, so don't miss the chance. Christiansborg Palace, located on the tiny island of Slotsholmen, contains the Danish Parliament Folketinget, the Supreme Court, and the Ministry of State. Parts of the palace are used by the royal family for various functions and events. The royal reception rooms include the Tower Room, and the Oval Throne Room, where foreign ambassadors to Denmark are received by the Queen. The Throne Room gives access to the balcony where the Danish monarchs are proclaimed. Christiansborg Palace may today be visited using a guided tour in either Danish or English. There are guided tours of the royal reception rooms, ruins and the royal stables. The royal kitchens are also open to the public, with English tours taking place on Saturdays. Originally, Nyhavn was a busy commercial port where ships from all over the world would dock. The area was packed with sailors, ladies of pleasure, pubs and alehouses. Today the beautiful old houses have been renovated and restaurants dominate the old port. Nyhavn is filled with people enjoying the relaxed atmosphere by the canal, jazz music and the great food. The seaside and harbour front venue around Nyhavn is a part of Copenhagen's cultural soul, and has become one of the most visited historic places in town, which has gained tremendous popularity, as a genuine tourist attraction, that hold a magnetic appeal for curious and joyful visitors. A really cool fact about this place is that the famous Danish fairy tale writer, Hans Christian Andersen, used to live in one of the houses. Tivoli Gardens, or simply Tivoli, is an amusement park and pleasure garden in Copenhagen, opened on 15 August 1843. It is the second oldest operating amusement park in the world. Part of Tivoli Gardens' secret is that there is something for everyone. The scenery is beautiful with exotic architecture, historic buildings and lush gardens. At night, thousands of colored lights create a fairy tale atmosphere that is completely unique. Every autumn Tivoli Gardens is transformed into an enchanted Halloween universe full of witches, pumpkins and lanterns. From mid-November until January, Tivoli dresses for Christmas and New Year and houses the most magical Christmas universe and market in Copenhagen. Please note that Copenhagen card covers your entry to Tivoli Gardens. If you wish to try the rides, you need to purchase an additional ticket. Rosenborg Castle is a Renaissance castle located in Copenhagen. The castle was originally built as a country summerhouse in 1606 and is an example of Christian IV's many architectural projects. Today visitors can travel back in time and through the possessions of Christian IV and his heirs get a sense of both everyday life and the festive aspects of royal life through 400 years. The rooms and halls testify to pomp and pageantry, but also to peculiarities, secrets, and a view of the world which was in some ways like ours, and in others very different. The castle is open from 7 a.m. to between 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. depending on time of year. We strongly recommend you to visit this castle during your time in Copenhagen. Copenhagen is one of the highest priced cities in Europe, so, in order to see most of the places you should have around $160 to spend a day. But, if you take the budget approach, $90 to $110 would be enough. Depending on where you eat, the food will cost you around $40 to $60 on average for eating 3 times a day. Hotels prices range between $60 to $1,500. To find the best booking deals and prices, check out www.triphunter.net.